Hi everyone, welcome back to the vlogs. Today we have come to Akshardham, which is one of the biggest Buddhist temples? No, just a temple, not sure what religion. Biggest temples in the world. It's here in Delhi, India. But we're not allowed phones and cameras inside, so I'm not sure how much I'm going to be able to show you. So maybe this vlog will be absolutely useless. Maybe I'll be able to show you some of their buildings and the outside and stuff. But we are walking there now. It opens at 10, which is in literally 2 minutes, so we're here on time. But there's already a lot of people in front of us, and we've just also seen the car park is huge, so I think it's going to be busy today. But here you can see the cars are already arriving and waiting to go through, and then this is the queue already as well, so going to be busy today. Okay, we've arrived at gate 1 and started moving through. Okay, we've done the initial bag check, which was there. I guess they're just checking you've not got any dangerous items, let's say. So we're now walking towards the temple. Okay, so we're going to have to drop our things off in the cloakroom, so this is the only view you're going to get. Hi guys, so it is currently 11:30 at night time, obviously, and we could not vlog in the place that we went to today, Akshardham. So we went to Akshardham today, and like I said, we had to hand in our bags. So I don't have any footage, any photographs from inside, but what I'm going to do is pop some photographs on screen and just kind of talk about our experience. So we arrived there at literally 2 minutes to 10, and it opened at 10, so we pretty much got there and went straight in. There was already a couple of people there. I would definitely say to get there early, because when we left it was getting busy. We stayed about 2.5 hours. We stayed till 2 hours. We stayed till 2.5. We stayed till 12:30, and it was starting to get busy then, so I'd definitely say try and get there early. But we went through, somebody checked our bags, like the security people, just to make sure we didn't have anything dangerous, I guess. We then walked through and handed our bag in. It was free to use the cloakroom. You just put everything in a bag, or if you don't have a bag, just like a box, and put your phone in there, and then check it in, and then at the end you can pick it up again. So that was super easy, and we didn't pay to get in it either. I looked online, I thought it was going to be like 150 or 200 per person to get in. Ended up being completely free, which I think is also brilliant. So we walked through, and when we walked up to this like incredible building, it is so big and so beautiful and so much detail as well. Really enjoyed it. So when we arrived, we decided to go straight away inside before it got too busy, so we could enjoy it being nice and quiet. And like I said, so when we got there at 10 o'clock it opened, and it was only about 10:25 that we actually got into the temple. So it took 25 minutes to go through bag security, drop off our bag at the cloakroom, and then actually get to the temple. So that was without many people there. I think if you came when there's more people, it would take ages to get through. It took us about half an hour. So when we got upstairs and into the temple, we were just starting to look around, and people started sitting on the floor, and then a monk came out, all dressed in the orange robes, and he had like a candle that he was like puffing air and kind of doing this, and he was ringing a bell as well. And all the people that were sat down were like clapping and singing along to this song that I don't know what it was, obviously. But it was actually a really beautiful moment. Like when everybody sat down, Jane was like, come on, let's go. And I was like, no, I want to sit down. So we sat down like in amongst these people, and the people next to us were all singing and clapping and joining in. And then sometimes they would kind of bow down and then come back up again. And the monk was like I said, ringing the bell the whole time, like in tune with the music. I can't remember where the music was coming from. And then he also had this candle that I think he was like spraying it almost, and sort of spray it towards the decorations and then turn around and spray it towards us. I'm going to pop pictures on screen of the inside, because it was this beautiful kind of, as you walk in the steps, there's a big like, I don't even know what you call it, display, not a display, what's the word when you have lots of religious things together, shrine almost, different statues, and you could see like elephant heads all around the bottom, and like other animal heads, I can't remember now, lions I think it was maybe, and ducks and like birds and things. Really decorative, really cool. So that lasted about 5 or 10 minutes, and then we walked around from like going around the left hand side like clockwise, and there was pictures on the side that was explaining the story of who the temple was made for, his story. Apparently at the age of 10 he became like some important religious person. I didn't read it all. Reading that sort of stuff just does not work in my brain, like I just do not process it at all. But it was really like the decorations were incredible, and there was, I think there was 4 different rooms with domes at the top, and every single one was different, like loads of flowers and all in spirals, and just really, really, really incredible artwork and craftsmanship, because it's all made out of marble, like carved marble. So really, really enjoyed that. And then we came, once we'd finished there, we sort of walked around the outside. There's almost like a red, not a tunnel, like archways, like kind of going around it. So we went off to one side and walked all the way around there, which was really nice to get some really nice views of Akshardham. So it was really nice to kind of go on this red walkway and kind of sit and look through the arches of the temple behind. Really, really beautiful. And then once we did that, we walked all the way around. We then walked around and looked at all the elephants. So kind of there's the temple, and then at the bottom there's, I think, having like 180 or something elephants all around the outside, around the bottom, all kind of doing different things. So some of it was just like a really nice quote about like how mothers love or whatever, or like talking about elephants. But then also some of it was talking about how elephants have helped in religion or help carry things, or they, I don't know, some of the elephants had like 7 trunks on them, and it was all, you know, all like religious stuff, but also just cute elephant stuff. So I really, really enjoyed that as well. We got a little bit emotional at one point, and then this is like nothing to do with the temple, but it's sort of part of my experience. So today marks 6 years since we had our abortion, so we had a little bit of a talk about that, about like how we feel. I had a little bit of a cry, because it's just insane to me that I was ever pregnant and I could feel a baby kicking inside of me, that I've given birth, that like that whole thing happened, because it almost feels like it didn't happen to me. It almost feels like it happened to somebody else, or like it was like a different lifetime almost. So that was a little bit emotional and sad. But anyway, then we left and came home and got some food, and then we've been working this afternoon. Was it today that I drew my banana, or was it yesterday? I think it might have been yesterday, but today I've been drawing a Paris building. I'm going to pop it on the side here because I really, really enjoy drawing on my iPad. Really enjoying that at the moment. And then for dinner we went back and went to our kind of, there's 2 spots we've been going to. One of them is like a small restaurant. There's literally space for 4 people. We went there for lunch, and then for dinner we went and had this barbecue thing we've had a couple of times now, and it was delicious. But yeah, I really, really enjoyed today. And actually what I will say is that because nobody had phones or cameras, it was so much more chill than yesterday when we went to the Red Fort. If you've seen that vlog, you'll know that like we both got quite stressed about people kind of approaching us and filming us and photographing us without our permission, and kind of following us and being really close to us, and we just kind of felt quite intimidated and not particularly relaxed. Whereas today, because people didn't have cameras and phones and things, people stared of course, but nobody kind of approached us or asked for pictures or photographed us or anything without our permission. So it was actually a lot more chill, and it was nice to kind of just enjoy it. And I also think that if we could have been allowed with our cameras and phones, I'd have spent so much time like photographing different angles and videoing it all and trying to capture it all for you guys. But because we weren't allowed that, it was nice to actually just like sit and enjoy it and just be like, oh okay, let's just sit on the side, or let's just walk around. And like I don't do that often these days because I film a lot for YouTube, or I photograph a lot as well. Which I love, and I was kind of gutted I couldn't do that. It also meant that I just had to step back a little bit and just enjoy it. So I really, really enjoyed that. So I would recommend going, definitely, because it was free, it was easy to get to. The metro station is literally like a 5-minute walk. There are tuk-tuks as well if you need a bit more assistance, but otherwise if you're whatever, it was pretty close. Really enjoyed it, so I'd highly recommend that. Tomorrow we are going to Agra to see the Taj Mahal and see whatever else is there. I think there's another fort, I think there's a mini Taj or something as well that's worth seeing. And then I think we'll come back to Delhi towards the end of the trip, because there's still a couple of things I would like to see. We went to the mosque the other day but couldn't get in because we didn't have enough money. And then there was also, I don't remember now, there's something else I want to do as well. So I think we will be back in New Delhi at some point. But until then, thank you so much for watching. I know this was a little bit of a weird video, not much of a vlog, it's just kind of me sat talking about my experience, but I would recommend it. I really enjoyed going there. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day, and I hope to see you soon. Bye.